Okay, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm basically just going to have a chat with you, and to be honest, these are my favourite videos to make because, do you know what, sometimes I love a bit of a waffle, I love a bit of just a chat, like we're just friends having a chat. And yes, I've got a cup of tea here, which is actually boiling, so I'm going to put this down for a minute. So this week's video was actually going to be a kind of get ready with me, like autumn edition, like with my Naked Heat palette and stuff. But I have actually been really unwell for the past week, and I just didn't feel like filming that today, and I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to film a chatty video instead. So I hope you don't mind that video will be coming next week. But I really like doing topic videos like this, and one thing that's been on my mind recently is how life doesn't always go to plan, and or life doesn't always go the way you want it to go. And I thought it was quite an interesting topic. It's something that I've definitely experienced, so I thought I'd kind of give my views on it and basically tell you a bit of my life story. And yeah, this video was kind of mainly aimed at those of you who may still be in school, maybe doing your GCSEs or A-levels, or who are thinking about going to university, that kind of thing. I hope this may sort of help a little bit, so yes. But you know, life doesn't always go as planned, whether that's your education wise, what you want to do with your job, whether just in general life, relationships, that kind of thing. So from the age of probably about 3 or 4, probably 4ish, I basically said that I wanted to be a teacher. Just all I wanted to do was be a teacher, and mainly a maths teacher was the thing that I wanted to do. Don't know why, but yes, maths teacher was what I wanted to do as growing up, and literally that stuck with me through all the way through primary school. I wanted to be a maths teacher. If anyone asked me what I wanted to do, I remember saying maths teacher. And then when I was probably about 13, 14, I still wanted to be a teacher, but I decided maybe I wanted to be a primary school teacher instead of like secondary school or anything like that. Primary school teacher is what I wanted to do, and then sort of specify in maths. So again, like if anyone asked me, and you get asked quite a lot in school what you want to do when you're older, I remember that being a big question, and I was always so certain, like I was ridiculously certain on how I wanted to be a teacher. So I think, I don't know where my love of this began, but I always remember playing schools when I was little and trying, you know, writing. I had like a little whiteboard, like writing on that, and I used to love that. And I always think I'm quite a patient person, so you know, I could deal with kids quite well. So I think that's where the teacher thing came from. And maths, I mean, I did actually quite like maths when I was in school. Maybe not so much when I got older, but I liked it in primary school and stuff. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And then it came to having to do work experience when I think I must have been in year 9, 10. Year 10, maybe year 9. I can't quite remember. I think I was about 14 or 15. Obviously my brain went to, okay, I'll do work experience in a primary school. So that's what I did. And do you know what? I have to say, I did a week's worth of experience in a primary school, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I really did like it. I went to a local primary school, and I sort of spent, it was Monday to Friday, and I did like each day with a different year, and I actually really liked it, and it was very, very good experience. I don't regret doing it because it was a really good experience for me personally. And I think even though I was only about 14 or 15 at the time, I felt like a proper adult when doing that. Like, I felt like I matured quite a lot, and I felt like I'd learnt a lot in just doing that work experience in that week. And it was really lovely actually, and it was really nice to see the different types of children as well in those different years, and so many different characters and stuff, and it was really nice. And afterwards I remember them asking me like, "Miss, can you be our teacher forever?" And it was a really lovely week, and I don't regret doing that. But so yeah, after doing that I thought, yep, still want to be a primary school teacher, blah blah blah. And at that time then obviously I was doing my GCSEs, and I think choosing a GCSEs can be quite hard because I don't think GCSEs matter that much actually in life, but you kind of still have to choose them around kind of what you want to do. So the GCSEs I did, obviously you have to do maths. Well, in the UK you have to do maths, English, and then the 3 sciences, so chemistry, biology and physics. Science I hated, like that, did not want to do anything super science, but we had to do that, and then you had to choose 4 options. So the ones I did Welsh because I really liked Welsh, and obviously I'm Welsh, and I knew I sort of wanted to stay in Wales, so being a primary school teacher and knowing Welsh would probably fit really well. My voice went, sorry, hang on. I also did IT because, again, that fitted in, you know, nowadays, like IT is in everything, so I wanted to do IT. Then I did music because I played the piano, and obviously, again, primary school music kind of fits together. And then I did history just because I really liked history and I enjoyed learning about it, so that's why I did history. But yeah, as I said, I don't think it necessarily matters what you really choose your GCSEs, as long as you kind of like the subjects that you are choosing. Then I just remember it being quite a big pressure choosing my GCSEs because it was almost like that first bit of freedom you had of actually being able to choose what you want to study in school. Obviously we had to do PE as well, that was like just, you know, obviously an extra thing, but yeah, it was just, I don't know, I just remember it being a lot of pressure, and knowing what you want to do. And I remember people saying to me, you might change your mind, and I was like, no, definitely be a primary school teacher. And it wasn't actually until I had done my GCSEs, sat on my GCSEs, it was that summer of 2014, and I'd started my blog September 2013 I started my blog. I'd always, obviously, I've watched YouTube for a long time, like I'd always been a lover of media, but I'd never thought about it. And then obviously I started my YouTube channel the day after I finished GCSEs, and then my brain sort of started to click, and I was like, I really like doing this, like I really like doing this. And I think it was clear to me that this was actually like my true love, like this is what I wanted to do. But I never thought about it because my school was a very kind of academic based school, nothing, you know, like media would have been frowned upon, if that makes sense. Like it was very academic, musical kind of school. So for me saying I wanted to go into media, journalism, something like that, YouTube, whatever, it would have been like, really, like, you know, that's not going to get you anywhere kind of style. So yeah, I'd never given it a chance, like I'd never thought about that actually maybe I could do a career in media. So then I left that school, and I just spilt my tea all over me. I wonder if I got that on camera. So I left that school and went to sixth form, and do you know what, I always say this, college or sixth form, whatever you want to call it, was the 2 best years of my life. Like honestly, they were hard, don't get me wrong, like A-levels are like the hardest thing you'll probably ever do, like they're harder than my degree at the moment, but it did me the world of good, like going into that sixth form, like it really did. I needed to kind of, I'd been in the school that I'd been in for 13 years, and I needed to go and get out of that and kind of, as cheesy as it sounds, like find myself and find what I want to do. And honestly, it was the best thing. I gained so much more confidence, and obviously I continued doing my YouTube and my blog, and I realised that was what I wanted to do quite quickly after joining sixth form, like within a few months. Like the A-levels I took, so I took 4 to start off with. I did maths because I still had in my head that I wanted to be a primary school teacher, so that was still my kind of like focus. very quickly realised that I didn't enjoy maths anymore. I did Welsh, which, you know, sticks with the primary school and media though, because Welsh and media, you know, I could be in Welsh media, so that was fine. And then IT, because, you know, and IT obviously goes along with this too, and finally obviously media. And I almost didn't take media, weirdly. It's a very last minute decision, actually a last minute decision to go to the college I went to, but obviously that turned out for the best, and obviously I took media as well. And there were so many creative subjects that you could do in my sixth form, which I think is really good. And yeah, so I took media, and media was my favourite subject out of all of them. I really, really liked it, and I realised that, as I said, quite soon into my first year's AS. I realised that quite soon, and obviously it's around that time you need to start applying for university and stuff like that. So, and obviously I realised that I wanted to do media in university, so here I am now in my second year of university doing media production. So yeah, it was just a case of, I always thought, like, and people would say to me, you know, you might change your mind, you might not want to be a teacher, but my heart was so set on that. But I do think it was because I'd never, like, explored my options. I never thought about what else I could do, you know. I never thought of doing stuff like this as a career. And I'm not saying that my YouTube will ever be a career, because I doubt it would be. But, you know, who knows? But what I'm saying is, you know, media in general as a career I never thought of, and I feel like that's the case in a lot of schools now, that you are so pressured to know what you want to do. And I mean, how can you possibly know what you want to do in life when you're 14, 15, 16? I don't get it. I don't feel like I had enough help to realise what I wanted to do. And like, it's so young to know what you want to do with your life, because like, you have your whole life ahead of you, and like, you have to know at that age to know what you want to do. It's crazy. Like, maybe have some direction in what you want to go to, but mine completely changed direction. So, you know, sometimes things work out for the best. I do believe in what's meant to be will be, and everything happens for a reason. So if you're in school at the moment, maybe choosing GCSEs, I wouldn't worry about choosing them too much to what you want to do. But, you know, if you have some sort of idea, try and choose them around that. But mainly choose them because that's what you want to do and that's what you enjoy. Maybe it's a subject you enjoy. Because at the end of the day, yes, you are in school to learn, but you also need to have a bit of fun too. You need to enjoy yourself in what you're doing in your life. That goes for anything really, work-wise as well. You need to enjoy what you do, because otherwise you're just going to end up hating your life, and you don't want to go to work every day. So yes, A-level, slight different story. Maybe try, I think by that age you will kind of possibly know, but I mean, even like some people I've talked to, older people are, well, not older people, you know what I mean, older than me, have had career changes. You know, they will do a degree in something, and then after the degree realise that's not what they want to do, so completely change, you know, start a career, and then 10, 20 years down the line they completely change their career. So I don't think it's anything to worry about if you don't know what to do, because I know some people are so stuck of what they want to do. Find your little niche, find what you really, really love, your hobbies, anything like that, and then, you know, see if you can get a career out of it. Because, you know, if you do a hobby and it ends up being your career, like, that is probably the best thing that could happen for you. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to stress is, don't stress about the fact that you don't know what you want to do, because it will come naturally. I know school can be a very stressful time, so don't panic about it. I might do like a whole other video, I suppose I've kind of mentioned it in this video though, on school life and college and stuff. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, because I would love to hear. I mean, to be honest, if I'd said like 6, 7 years ago that I'd be sat here now making this video, I wouldn't have believed myself, because I wouldn't have thought I would have had the confidence to start this YouTube channel. So the fact that I am actually sat doing this is crazy. It would have been crazy to me quite a few years ago, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of it really. I haven't really had anything that, well, I have had lots of things that haven't gone to plan, but you know, yeah, life is a funny thing, and if you are going through a bit of a tough time at the moment or don't know what you're doing with your life basically, then as I said, just reassess your life and think about put you first and think about what you want to do, because sometimes as well, I remember thinking like you want to impress someone or your parents, for example. You know, they might be doctors, for example, and then you feel like you need to be a doctor. Don't. Do what you want to do with your life. It's your decisions. It's literally your life. Like, don't waste your life trying to please people. It's your life. You do what you want with it. I think I've rambled on too much already. I basically just told you like how my life didn't go to plan, but turns out it was for the best, and this is obviously media is what I love doing. So yes, let me know if you've had anything like this, or feel free to email me or anything if you need to, or my links and contacts are in the description box below. I hope you all enjoyed and are all having a fab October so far. I'm hoping to do some Halloween themed videos soon, so yes, don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up, leave a comment below, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My voice is going. I love you all lots, and I'll see you all next week. Lots of love. Bye.